Right, so welcome to the Junior Information Night for the class of 2027. I'm going to wait a couple of minutes, about maybe 2 more minutes to see if more people will come in, and then we will get started. No, let me go back. Okay, we have quite a few people coming in. We'll wait 1 more minute, then we'll start. All right, we're at 86. Okay, well, I'm going to get started. I had some technical difficulties earlier, so I think I'm in a good place. I would turn my camera on, but I was just going to have it on for a few minutes to try to introduce myself. But my name is Tammy Jones. I'm one of the counselors here at Chattahoochee High School, and this year I have the pleasure of working closely with the junior class. And before we begin, all juniors should have access to the Junior Canvas portal on their dashboard. So if your student feels like they aren't part of the junior class, please have them reach out to their counselors so we can make sure that they're included, because there's very important information that we post daily about the junior class. Tonight, we're going to share important information to help students and families prepare for the next step, which is senior year and beyond. So this is a good time, 1 more year, and we want to make sure that students and families are prepared for all of their post-secondary options. All right, so before we begin, here's a few important reminders, helpful reminders. Due to the upcoming fall break, staff availability is limited. We have a skeleton staff right now, and the chat feature is going to be unavailable. If you have questions during the presentation, please write them down, because after reviewing the presentation, if your questions remain unanswered, you can submit them using the Junior Information Q&A form, which will be presented after this presentation concludes. This presentation is being recorded and will be posted on our counseling webpage after fall break, along with the answers to the questions submitted through the Q&A form that we will have available. Okay. Meet your counseling team. We're excited to share that we have 2 new additions to our counseling staff this year. We have Miss Andrea Turner and Mr. Cornelius Camp. Please take a moment to review the list of all the counselors and their assigned students. And one important thing to note, we have two counselors with the last name Turner. We have L. Turner and A. Turner. So please double check which one is assigned to your student. This list is provided to ensure that families know exactly who to contact for support throughout the year. So take a moment to see who your counselor, your student's counselor is. In addition to this team, in addition to the staff that you see here, I also have listed the rest of our dedicated counseling team. They're here for your reference and continued support. And our goal is to ensure that every student and family knows who to reach out for guidance and assistance. How to schedule an appointment or email your counselor. We have a couple of options here. Option one is our counseling webpage, and students and parents can go to our counseling website. They can click our counseling office, and under our counselors in the middle of the page, you can click the counselor's link and you can book an appointment, or parents can send an email. You can do either one of those. And then we have another option too. Students can visit our counseling office. We have Q&R codes right next to our pictures. So when students are walking across, when they're transitioning, they can just take a picture of the Q&R code and they can make an appointment there. Or they can come into our counseling office, and right there on our desk, we have our Q&R codes there where they can go and scan it, and it'll go right into our appointment link. Stay in the loop with everything happening at the Hooch. Follow us on Facebook, X, formerly Twitter, and Instagram for the best updates, important announcements, and behind the scene events. These platforms are a great way to stay informed and engage with our school community. Canvas and Infinite Campus. We hope that by now everyone has successfully logged into the Infinite Campus portal and is checking it regularly, whether weekly or monthly. This portal is one of the most essential tools for keeping your students on track in all of their classes. Through Infinite Campus, there are a lot of alerts you can put on there, personalized alerts, and get real-time notifications about grades, attendance, and more. So highly, highly recommend that if you do not have a parent portal yet, that you get one. We no longer distribute paper copies of progress reports, and all updates and grading period information are exclusively through this portal. So at the start of each grading period, we send reminder emails to parents as a prompt to review their child's academic progress. I believe that we just had a recent one, a 9-week grade update. So definitely go into that portal and look at what your student is doing at this point. If you haven't set up your Infinite Campus account yet, we strongly encourage you to do so. There's a link with step-by-step instructions that is provided at the bottom of this slide. And students can also access Infinite Campus and can also set their own alerts by staying informed about grades, assignments, and upcoming assessments. And this empowers them to take ownership of their learning. So it's good that you have a parent portal account, and they too as well. All right, so here's the agenda. We're gonna go over the basics, dual enrollment, college visit, college visits, scholarships, school links, and the junior advisement meeting. And while some of you may already be familiar with a lot of this information that I'm gonna cover, we have a lot of new students and parents who may not know. So we're gonna all review it together again. All right, the basics. All right, so graduating from high school requires careful planning and understanding of credit requirements. So to earn a diploma, students must complete 23 total credits broken down as follows. We have the English, math, and science, 4 credits of each. We have 3 credits of social studies, which includes a half a credit in American government, 1 credit in world history and US history, and a half a credit in economics. They also have to have a half a credit of health and personal fitness, and 3 credits of either a world language, fine arts, or career tech class. In any of those combinations, it could be three credits of world language. It could be 1 credit of world language, 1 credit of fine arts, or 1 career tech, or it could be like any combination. And also 4 credits of any elective. Important notes: courses like AP Human, Geography, and AP Psychology, they are social study credits, but they are considered an elective. They're not considered like the 3 requirements for graduation. And a common misconception is that world language is a graduation requirement. World language is not a graduation requirement. Students can fulfill the 3 credit requirement, like I said, with any mix of world language, career tech, or fine arts. However, most 4-year colleges recommend 2 years of the same world language. And for some students pursuing like 2-year colleges, like technical colleges, military service, or entering the workforce, world language can just be like an optional course. So it's not required, but we do encourage students, if they're trying to go to a 4-year college, to take at least 2 years of the same world language. And some selective colleges may want 3 years of the same world language. Personal fitness waiver. Personal fitness waiver is much broader than what it used to be now. Students can qualify for the waiver with just having weight training, and that used to not always be the case. It is not processed by the counseling office, and it is not automatically granted. You must submit a waiver form to be considered to get that off on your transcript. The waiver does not award credit, but it does satisfy the personal fitness requirement that you need in order to graduate. And until the waiver appears on your transcript, you're not cleared. So the waiver must be submitted by the end of your junior year. If you can do that, that would be wonderful, but it has to be submitted via the form that's on this slide. The graduation status report, also called the 4-year plan, is a valuable tool for tracking your students' progress towards graduation. You can download a blank copy from our counseling website or by clicking the link provided on this slide. To complete it, retrieve your student's unofficial transcript from Infinite Campus and use that transcript to fill in completed courses and earn credits. Each box on a report represents 1 semester of a course, helping you visualize what's completed and what's still needed. We're going to have a junior advisement meeting, and after this presentation, you'll be invited to schedule a junior advisement meeting. During this meeting, your student's counselor will review the graduation status report and help you plan your senior year schedule. So we encourage both students and parents to come with your senior class preferences in mind and having a clear idea of what course selections will make the process smoother and more productive. So making sure that when you do come to the meeting, you have an idea which one you want to take next school year and kind of be prepared. This form will help you with that. We often get questions about how a student's Fulton County GPA compares to the Hope and Zell-Miller GPA. The chart on this slide provides a helpful side-by-side comparison, but here are the key points. Fulton County GPA is on a 100-point scale and includes all high school courses, even those taken in middle school, electives, and non-academic classes. The Hope and Zell-Miller GPA is on a 4.0 scale. And A equals 4, B equals 3, C equals 2, and F equals 0, and includes only core academic courses such as English, math, science, social studies, and world language. And we do have some selected academic electives like debate, yearbook, math support, and AP computer science. We may not have debate class anymore, but yearbook, math support, and AP computer science. Let's see, Fulton County GPA is weighted. Your transcript already reflects the extra 7 points for honors, AP, and dual enrollment courses. The Hope GPA is recalculated by the Georgia Student Finance Commission, and they subtract the 7 points from the honors, AP, and college courses before converting to the 4.0 scale. They will add back a 0.5 for any AP and college level courses, and I'm going to kind of explain this. Say, for example, if a student earns an 87 in an AP class, the Hope will subtract those 7 points, and then your student would have 80. 80 on that Hope and Zell GPA would be equal to B, which equals a 3.0 on the 4.0 scale. Since it's an AP class, 0.5 is added, making the Hope GPA for that class a 3.5. So that's where the 0.5 comes in. Important note, counselors cannot provide official Hope and Zell-Miller GPA calculations. For official figures, visit the Georgia Student Finance at georgiafutures.org. We also have provided a GPA cheat sheet on this slide, and it's also on our counseling website under academic advisement. And that cheat sheet kind of helps you kind of calculate what the Hope and Zell-Miller scholarship GPA might be. But we highly encourage you also to get your own Georgia Futures account so that you can just automatically see once the grades are uploaded into the Georgia Student Commission, Finance Commission, that you'll be able to see your child's and your student's GPA for the Hope and Zell. All right, how to prepare for your senior year schedule. Senior year is a pivotal milestone in the journey to graduation. And while counselors have multiple checkpoints to monitor progress, the most effective way to keep students on track is through active collaboration. And here's what we ask students to do. We're going to ask students to download your unofficial transcript from Infinite Campus, complete the graduation status report, and check any remaining classes needed for graduation. In January, your teacher will enter recommendations, and these recommendations are for honors, AP, or just recommendations in general. So they're going to recommend, your teachers now are going to recommend you for the next school year in January. So when they do that, consider teachers' recommendations. You should be considering teachers' recommendations and district guidelines. Choose a balanced schedule that fits your commitments. A lot of students play sports. They're in clubs, work, family. And the goal here is to have a balanced schedule. A lot of times when these teachers are making recommendations, they're just making it for their class. So if you're in a social studies class and they recommend you for AP, you might have an English teacher and he might be recommending you for AP as well. And then you might have like 5 APs. So consider the teacher's recommendations, what your commitments are, and really the goal is to create a schedule that challenges you academically while maintaining balance. Balance is going to be the key here. All right. So, sorry, I keep doing that. Okay, post-secondary options to consider. After high school, students have many meaningful options beyond the traditional college route. It's important to explore these pathways and to choose what's best uh, aligned with your goals, interests, and circumstances. And here are some examples to explore. So if you're not doing the traditional college route, you might want to take a gap year. Some students take a gap year to reflect, travel, volunteer, or explore personal interests. This time can help you clarify future aspirations before committing to a career or educational path. A lot of students want to go into the workplace, or the workplace is a great start for them. Starting work right after high school is another great option. It allows students to earn income early, build financial stability, and save for future college or training programs. We also have apprenticeship programs for hands-on learners. Apprenticeships offer paid on-the-job training um, in skilled trade industries. These programs combine practical experience and career development. And then, of course, some students want to join the military. Joining the military provides structure, benefits, and educational opportunities. And if you're considering this route, the ASVAB test is a key step. The ASVAB stands for Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery, and it's a multiple aptitude test used by the U.S. military to determine enlistment eligibility and vocational aptitude for potential jobs. We actually provide the ASVAB test. The next ASVAB test is scheduled for Friday, December 12th. And to sign up, you would log into your ClassLinks account, then click on School Links, Engaged on the left-hand side, select events from the drop-down, and find the event, find the ASVAB, and register for it. So it's December 12th that we will have that test. College-bound athletes. So current athletes must be on track to graduate and pass 5 of the 6 classes in the fall of 2025 to be eligible for spring 2026 athletics. So just to make sure, you have to pass 5 out of the 6 classes. And for students interested in playing sports in college, here are the key steps. You can visit the NCAA or the NAIA websites for registration materials. Submit a parent release form to Kimball Hagan at hagank1@fultonschools.org before requesting a transcript. There's a parent release form you have to fill out first. And then when registering for the SAT or ACT, you want to enter the 9999 to send scores directly to the NCAA Eligibility Center. And this is important to know, review the NCAA requirements carefully. They may differ from the high school graduation requirements. So if you have any questions about the NCAA, please direct them to Coach Short, our athletic director. He will be very helpful in helping you with that. All right. So all colleges are legally required to provide accommodations for students with disabilities, but these supports are not automatic. So students must initiate the process after they have been accepted and finalize their college choices. The first step is to contact the college's disability service office and to begin the application for accommodations. They're going to require you to have documentation, which is going to be your most recent IEP or 504 plan, eligibility documentation for special education or 504 services, a recent psychological evaluation, any additional documents requested by the college. Those are all going to be important documents that they may ask you for. And it's important, high school accommodation plans do not transfer to college. So students must reapply and follow the college's procedures. We encourage families to start this process early, ideally well before the academic term begins, so ensure that accommodations are in place when classes start. So when you are visiting these schools, which we're going to encourage you to go start visiting colleges, and if your student has an IEP or 504, you want to contact the college's disability services office when you are touring the schools. SAT and ACT. We recommend that students take the SAT or ACT for the first time by the spring of their junior year. Ideally early in the second semester. This timing is especially important for students planning to use test scores for dual enrollment in 12th grade. Most colleges do not prefer one test over the other, but please confirm with individual colleges to be sure. And this is a good benefit here. Peach State Tutoring, they offer a free SAT and ACT diagnostic test to help students determine which test is a better fit for them. My kids did this and it worked out well. We ended up putting money into the test that they did the best in. So you can visit peachstatetutoring.com for details. It is on this slide, or it should be on this slide. And for official registration dates, for the SAT, you would visit collegeboard.org. And for ACT, you would visit act.org. Please pay attention to registration deadlines. I have all the SAT and ACT dates posted for your review. Oh, this is important too. Students receive 4 free score reports each time they take a test. So every time they take a test, they're going to send 4 free score reports to your students' colleges of choice. I would highly encourage that, because if they don't decide, if they opt out of the free reports, they're going to have to send those reports manually, and they're going to have to pay a fee just to send them. So it's very important, if they're going to decide to send them or not. If they don't send them, then they will charge them a free SAT and ACT. Chattahoochee does not have access to test scores. We don't have College Board accounts or ACT accounts. So we cannot send scores to your college of choice. Students must send scores directly through the testing agencies. Okay, fee waivers. If a student believes they qualify for SAT or ACT's fee waiver based on the requirements on this slide, they should contact their counselor to verify eligibility. Once eligibility is confirmed, the student will receive a fee waiver from Ms. Scott in the counseling office. And this waiver can be used for SAT or ACT registration to cover the cost of the exam. We strongly encourage students to start this process early, especially before registration deadlines. So this is for students to actually save on taking the test. It's this SAT and ACT costs money, and so this would be a good choice if you qualify for this. Dual enrollment. Dual enrollment overview. Here's what you need to know about dual enrollment. Who can participate? Auburn and Georgia State, juniors and seniors only. Gwinnett Tech, 10th through 12th graders. Georgia Tech, 10th through 12th graders. The 10th graders must have the scores that is needed to be a Georgia Tech student. They have to have SAT or ACT scores that are high, and that will be on their website. And for students who want to take Georgia Tech math in 12th grade, they must be in AP Calculus BC now, right now, so that they can go on and do the Georgia Tech math. The state covers up to 30 credit hours of approved courses, and only academic and career tech courses qualify. No funding, so they don't pay for the same, they don't fund for the same course twice. And withdrawal from two classes will lose eligibility. So if you withdraw from two dual enrollment classes in any fashion, you lose the dual enrollment eligibility. Students can self-pay if funds, like if they have exhausted their 30 hours, they can self-pay for that, but grades will still go on their transcript. Okay. All right. And then transportation, all dual enrollment courses are held off campus. So all of them are off campus. So reliable transportation is required. And even if the student is enrolled in an online class, so say, for example, your student's enrolled in a 7-period online class for dual enrollment, they have to go home. They can't stay here. They can't be in the media center or in the atrium. They have to go home. Those are all off-campus classes. All dual enrollment classes are off campus. So typically students will either take first period off or they'll take second period off, seventh period off. But and if they're if they are taking a face-to-face course, they need transportation for that. Georgia State students who fail a class, a dual enrollment course at GSU, are no longer eligible to participate in the program. So one failure with GSU and you're not eligible anymore. And at Gwinnett Tech, students who fail a course have 1 semester to raise their GPA to 2.0. And if they don't, they lose eligibility as well. So those are important things. It's taking a dual enrollment class is a big responsibility. And so make sure when you're considering it that you also consider these options that we have here. We want to invite all families to attend our dual enrollment night on Wednesday, February 4th, 2026. This is a great opportunity to learn more about the application process and what dual enrollment involves. Keep an eye out for an email with the link to join this event. In the meantime, we encourage parents and students to have a conversation about whether dual enrollment is a right fit for you. Think about which colleges or universities you plan to apply to and make sure the student meets the admission requirements to go to the certain institutes that they're trying to go to, like the GSU or the Gwinnett Tech. To stay on track with deadlines, students should take the SAT or ACT as early as possible. You can find registration details at collegeboard.org and ACT.org. And for those considering GSU and Perimeter College or Gwinnett Tech, there are alternate options such as the Accuplacer instead of taking the SAT or ACT. So those are things that you should also be looking at when you're applying. You don't necessarily have to take the SAT or ACT for the Perimeter Colleges or the Gwinnett Techs. And finally, don't forget that Chattahoochee's dual enrollment website is a great resource. And we've included the link on this slide for easy access. There's like wonderful information on that dual enrollment website. Highly recommend that you go and look at that if you're considering dual enrollment. All right, college visits. Let's talk about college visits and absence requests. Students can register for up to 7 on-campus college visits each school year. So before signing up, it's really important to check with your teachers so you don't miss key class material. We also encourage students to research ahead of time and come prepared with thoughtful questions for the representatives. We have a lot of representatives that come here daily, And they're just excited to see the students. So if they have some questions that they've been wanting to know about the different colleges, highly recommend that students come with that. College visits dates are posted in class links. The student would just click engage on the left hand side, select events, and click register for the colleges that they're interested in. You can also find announcements on our sandwich board outside of the counseling office as students are transitioning. We have all the college visits available that are coming up. And so now for absences, students may request up to 5 remote learning days per semester and 6 pre-approved absences per year. We strongly recommend using the pre-approved request form for the remote learning days first, but you can request either option by completing the pre-approved absent form. We also ask that emailing your teacher about the visit would be great so that they'll know that you're going to be out for that day, and submitting your request at least 5 days before your planned college visit. All right, when you're planning your college applications, when students are building their college lists, they should be thinking about 3 categories: a safety school, a match school, and a reach school. So a safety school is when your GPA and test scores are above the average admitted students. Chances of admissions are high, 80 or higher. So that's a safety school. A safety school could be like a 2-year program. It could be a technical school. It could be any school that a 2-year program, I would say. All right. And then a match school is your academic program profile is similar to the average admit student. Chances are 40 to 70%. These schools should make up a big part of your list. These are schools that you know you definitely can get into, right? You meet all the requirements. And then we also have the Reach School. Now, the Reach School is more of a highly selective. It's probably a little higher than what you have. You might have the GPA, but not the SAT scores or vice versa. So highly selective school, your profile is above the average admit student. So it's probably under 30%, but still possible. So we all suggest that you apply to at least 2 schools in each category when you're making your college list. College fair opportunities. The first one that we came across was the Georgia Probe College Tours. This is a statewide series of college fairs held in communities across Georgia. These events give students a chance to connect directly with college admissions officers from a wide range of institutions, and the fairs are hosted throughout the fall. So there are multiple opportunities to attend. Families can view the full schedule and locations by visiting the Georgia Probe website. I have to say, unfortunately, when I was looking at it, many of the schools near us, their college fair dates have passed, but there are other options in Georgia that are coming up. And also, too, we always post on the Junior Canvas any upcoming college fairs that are coming in the community. Next, we have the NACAC, National College Fair. This is hosted by the National Association of College Admissions Counseling. These fairs bring together colleges from across the country, which is perfect for students who want to explore out-of-state schools or highly selective schools, virtually or in person. And it's a great way to learn about a variety of post-secondary options in in this one place. So this is also a great place to look for as far as college fairs are concerned. Scholarships. Students have several ways to save on tuition and earn scholarships. Let's go through the main options. So we have the institutional scholarships. These are offered directly by colleges and universities to incoming freshmen based on GPA, test scores, and leadership. They're usually listed on the school's financial aid website. So make sure students explore college offerings and the colleges that they're looking at, look at their scholarships as well. Local scholarships, these often come from community organizations. Maybe your employer has a scholarship, banks, scouting groups, religious organization, and service clubs. So local scholarships tend to have fewer applicants, which means a better chance of receiving an award. So like I said, if your job offers scholarships, I would look into that, make sure that might be some money that you can save for your student. National scholarships, these are those large scale programs with significant financial awards, but they're highly competitive, like the Coca-Cola scholarship, the Hispanic scholarship. We have QuestBridge, Posse, Gates Foundation. These are all competitive national scholarships that pay really good money if a student can get it. And then Academic Common Market. This is another program that's good. This program through the Southern Regional Education Board allows students to pursue out-of-state degrees at in-state tuition rates. So this is worth looking at. So details are linked on this slide. Highly recommend you look at that. And then we have School Links. I know I keep mentioning School Links. I'm going to tell you what School Links is in a minute, but we have School Links and scholarships are on School Links, and students can log into School Links, click the college tab, and select the scholarship matching to find personalized opportunities for scholarships on there. All right, so we're going to go over the Hope and Zell Miller Scholarship. Both require you to be a legal Georgia resident. The Hope Scholarship students need a minimum of a 3.0 GPA, not a 2.99 GPA, in their high school core curriculum. In college, they must maintain a 3.0 GPA. And to apply, they either have to submit the GSF app once or the FAFSA every year. Hope covers partial tuition at eligible Georgia colleges and universities. So when this is applied, so the Hope in Zell is determined by your final transcript, by your student's final transcript. So it's pretty much that transcript when they graduate. That's when that's what the Hope in the Zell will be determined by your final transcript. Let's see, the Zell Miller Scholarship is a more competitive. It requires a 3.7 GPA in your high school core classes, and they also have to have a 1200 SAT score or a 26 ACT score. And in college, students must maintain a 3.3 GPA, and the same process, GSF apps or FAFSA is what you need to use. And the Zell Miller covers full tuition at an eligible Georgia school. For more details, visit the Georgia Future website. The link is on this slide. The Hope and Zell Miller grants. These grants are for students pursuing certificates of diploma at technical schools or Georgia schools or the Georgia system or Georgia schools. There's the certificates and then there's technical schools. So that's what the Hope Grant is about. The Hope Grant covers partial tuition up to about 15 credit hours per semester, which is pretty much like a half a semester of a course. You get your tuition paid. Students need a 2.0 GPA, and they do have checkpoints. They want you to keep that 2.0 every 30 and 60 semester credit hours. Eligibility can only be regained once it's lost, one time if it's lost. And the the Zell Miller grant, covers full tuition up to 15 credit hours per semester. Students need a 3.5 GPA at the end of every term. And if eligibility is lost, it can be regained by earning a 3.5 GPA the following term. So these are all great scholarships. Whether you're going to a four-year college or technical school, there is money for everybody. And you can visit Georgia Futures. The link is also on this slide for the Hope Grant. All right, we're finally getting into School Links. So School Links has officially replaced Naviance. I don't know if people remember, but Naviance was our college and career readiness platform. And this year we have School Links. What is School Links? School Links is a comprehensive college and career readiness platform designed to help high school students plan for life after graduation. And School Links is more than a planning tool. It's a comprehensive platform that helps students with career exploration, career planning, graduation plans. They have resumes. They'll help the students with resumes and portfolios, financial planning. So it is a really great platform, and every student has it, and it's being rolled out this year. All right, so all juniors must complete the 11th grade bridge to-do list activities on School Links. And this is a district initiative. So all students all Fulton County students are supposed to do these district initiative tasks. Since School Links is so new, the first thing students must complete is the student onboarding activity. That's the first thing they need to do before starting their bridge to do activities. There is a introduction video available to assist students on this slide. We also have Guardian links for School Links. So you also will get an overview of what School Links is about. You can get onboarding instructions for yourself. And we also have a Spanish version for Spanish speaking parents. So highly recommend, definitely go in, see what School Links is about, and see what your student will be learning over the next course, over the years here at Chattahoochee. And the goal is, the reason for all of these links is to ensure students and guardians are ready to use School Links effectively. So make sure you go into that. All right, so getting down to our junior advisement meeting details. Junior advisement meeting, this is a mandatory session for all juniors and their parents and guardians. The purpose of this meeting is to help students prepare for a senior year and to make informed decisions about life after high school. We'll cover several important topics, including your student's senior year schedule. We're going to be talking about college and career exploration, like where do they want to go to college? If college is where they want to go, it could be any post-secondary options. We'll go over all of them with your student. We're going to talk about SAT and ACT, scholarship opportunities, and a timeline of key dates that will guide you through your junior year all the way through graduation. To get the most out of this meeting, please review the presentation materials that we have here. They will be posted on our website as well as the junior Canvas portal. We're also going to have a handout, a junior advisement topics to discuss at home handout that you can talk with your student about. These are going to be all great resources for you to get ready for this meeting with us. So make sure you come prepared. After you've looked at the PowerPoint, we're going to have this live presentation posted, and we're also going to have the PowerPoint itself. We're going to have the handout form. So after you've reviewed all of that, We want you to come to us with questions on any questions that you might have about your child's post-secondary options. Let's see, make sure I'm saying everything here. The junior advisement meeting can be held virtually, or wait a minute, hold on. Yeah, the junior advisement meeting can be held virtually or in person. It's based on your preference, and parents and guardians are invited to schedule a 20-minute meeting, and students are expected to attend. If a meeting is not scheduled by November 7th, then the counselor will call the student in for an individual meeting. The purpose of that is we are really trying to get all of our students in before the Christmas holiday. We're going to be meeting all of them. And so we're trying to just get parents to start signing up so that we can get this done by the holidays. Important note, meetings do not need to be completed by November 7th, just book by that date. Families should coordinate a time that works best both for the parent and the student before booking. And we do not schedule duplicate meetings for one student. I mean, we really try not to we have so many that we try to do one meeting. So if a student has a dual enrollment or an online class, that period is going to be ideal for scheduling. You will get a confirmation email from the counselor, and that will serve as your student's pass to miss class during advisement. Students should report to the counseling office a few minutes early. And if the parent or the guardian are joining by teams, we're expecting the student and the counselor to be in our office participating as well. So parent could be on a Teams meeting and the student would be next to me or their counselor talking about their junior advisement with all the things that they want to talk about for junior advisement. Okay, before scheduling your junior advisement meeting, here's what both students and parents need to complete. So students, complete the onboarding activity in School Links and start all of the assigned to do activities. That's what we really want you to start doing. And then parents and guardians, download the Microsoft Teams app for the virtual meeting. The link is on this slide if needed. And then we want the student and parent together to attend either the virtual presentation, like watching a recording, or looking at the PowerPoint on the counseling website before booking your appointment. And, discussing your students' college and career goals and any topics you want to cover during the meeting. Those are the things that we want for both of you to do. And during the meeting, the counselors will review your college and career plans, graduation status, senior year schedule. We're going to go over that and answer any questions. All right, so starting tomorrow, we're going to have on the junior Canvas, you'll be able to start booking your junior advisement appointments. We have all the links for all the counselors, and that will be posted on your junior Canvas. The meetings, once again, the meetings are 20 minutes long and can be held either virtually or in Teams or in person. It's really based on your preference. Students are expected to attend. Important reminders, all meetings must be scheduled by November 7th. We encourage families to coordinate a time that works best for them, both the parent and the student, before booking. And if no meeting is scheduled, we're going to pull your student and have the meeting with them. All right, so I know I've went through a lot of information. Once again, we're going to have this posted. This presentation is being recorded and will be posted on the counseling website after fall break. I'm going to try and get it posted sooner than later. But yes, that is the expectation. Answers to questions submitted through the Junior Information Night Q&A Google form will also be shared at that time. So here is, if you have any questions that I didn't answer, or you still have questions or concerns, you can take this Google link, type it in, and put your questions down, and we will definitely get back to you on those. If you still have any concerns, if you feel like your student is not on the Google Canvas, please reach out to your counselor. And I will keep the slide up for a few minutes before ending the presentation so that you can have time to access the link. So I'll keep it up for a little bit, but if you do have any questions, please make sure you put that up there. Also, tomorrow I will be giving the same presentation to all the juniors during chat time, second period, so that they can hear it as well if they're not on a call with you. So I just wanted to let you know that as well. And I'll keep it up here for a little bit longer. And if you don't have any questions, thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you got a lot out of it, and have a wonderful night. I'll keep it up a little bit longer, 2 more minutes, and then I'll end the slideshow. Thank you.
Don't forget to stop recording, Mrs. Jones.